Mrs. Ramos wants her son Kurt to inherit her property. Aling Pilar longs to call this house her home. Mang Sariaco received lands from his ancestors but holds no formal claim to them. Aling Menes's dream is to work at her farm with no worries. It is easy to fulfill their wishes. Should they apply for a land title, they can secure their future, their homes, their lands, and their sources of living. But the reality remains for many of us. Getting a land title is difficult and can even be impossible. For decades now, the Philippines has been saddled with tons of issues in land administration. Redundant and conflicting land laws, overlapping tenurial instruments in public lands, cumbersome procedures and dysfunctional structures, and inappropriate land classification for planning and development.
We have records to show that a single patent has been issued only after so many years, 10 years.
Issues on the bureaucratic land administration system are also rampant in property valuation, multiple taxes on land ownership and transfers, multiple tax collection agencies, political intervention, and the absence of updated cadastral maps for assessment.
Dunay na mga previous nga mga cadastral survey nga gihimo sa atong lungsod pero palpak. There was a failure. Dako ko gasto, nagahatag ko og 6,000 pesos atong palpak nga survey.
Furthermore, the country was challenged with an inefficient land records management system in terms of land tenure security and land registration. This led to the proliferation of duplicate and spurious titles, which resulted in the erosion of investor and public confidence in the system. The response of the government of the Philippines to this complex web of land problems is the Land Administration and Management Project, which aims to alleviate poverty and to sustain economic growth by promoting security of land tenure and efficiency of land markets in rural and urban areas. LAMP 2 aims to reform the land administration system so that it contributes to the country's socio-economic development goals and to accelerate the process of land administration reform by applying the lessons of LAMP 1 in more regions, provinces, and municipalities to support the progressive expansion of tenure security and adopt approved valuation standards and procedures through a sustained partnership agreement.
For the past 30 years of DENR titling in the province, we were able only to deliver 32,000 titles for the past 30 years. But with the project, in less than 5 years, we're able to deliver 51,000.
The province of Bukidnon, out of the identified untitled lots, which may be more than 30 to 50,000 lots, we have patented already something about 14,000 lots.
Undeniably, LAMP 2 became a success. The distribution of a significant number of land titles given out over a short span was unheard of prior to LAMP's existence. The true measure of the impact brought about by LAMP 2, however, goes beyond statistics.
The first time that we scheduled the distribution of titles, a lot of those recipients cried. They cried. People are really elated. It has really responded to the basic aspirations of people regarding that tenure, the ownership of the land.
Nakapanag-iya na gyud mi nga murag safe na among paminaw nga nakapangalan na sa among mga anak ang dapat mapasailaha tungod sa LAMP 2.
This
is not just a program. This means life to people, and this means making the province of Bohol and their respective communities more economically as well as environmentally prepared to address growing needs in the future.
Nalipay ko kadjog dako kay naano man gyud titulo. Tinuod man day ang programa sa Lamto. Panagijag juta nga naa nagi titulo dili para sa una nga wa pay titulo nga murag pay klaro karon klaro na gyud ni ang anang titulo sa Lamto.
Aron na siguro gid nga ako na kana og mga bata di na ako mag-uol og unsa kung mawala na ako na kuan ang akong hunahuna nga wala na sila libog kay nanay titulo.
Kay kung ang imong yuta titulado na, siyempre imo naman ginangan, pwede naman siguro imong i-loan sa bangko, kaya wala na daghang argabyado.
Mrs. Ramos and Kurt, Aling Pilar, Mang Sariaco, and Aling Menas are now happy and content. By providing them with the means to secure their land titles, LAMP 2 made their dreams possible. On top of the land title beneficiaries, the community is also reaping the rewards of the successful partnership between their local government units and LAMP 2.
Sa bayan naman, ito ay additional revenue to the municipality, and we know basically that more revenue for the municipality, more projects for the people, more interventions for our needy, and we are really very happy because ito na ang tugon na madugtungan namin ang pangangailangan ng aming mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na sa pagbigay sa kanila ng mga basic services.
When we started the titling under the LAMP project, the leaders of some lomads, the Bukidnon, Higaonon, and Talaandig lomads, tried to stop the operation of the LAMP project because, according to them, the province of Bukidnon is under a native title of the indigenous people.
Medyo talagang sensitibo kami doon sa usaping free and prior informed consent, kung saan isang mandate ng batas na kailangan irespeto at kilalanin yung mga karapatan naming mga katutubo.
In September 2009, the MOU was signed.
Lamto lang yung nabigyan ng pansin yung pagkaroon ng partnership. Kung may partnership, klaro yung partisipasyon. Naranasan naman talaga namin doon sa pagpapatupad ng LAMP. Ang partnership ng IP sa Bukidnon with the DENR Lamto, bumuo kami ng isang kasaysayan.
LAMP 2 introduced various changes, and these significant changes have painted individual and collective hope, and as invaluably, hope to the present situation and hope to what lies ahead in the land administration and management system in the Philippines.
We're really bringing the government closer to the people. The beneficiaries are made to realize na madali pala yung titling ng property nila, area nila, compared to other processes which being done before.
Simplified ang mga documentary requirements habang madali dahil ang mga mismong personnel ng Land Administration Management Project ang pumupunta sa community. They are the one who conducted survey. At the same time, sila rin ang kumukuha ng mga papel na kakailanganin doon sa barangay level. Together with the counterpart from the local government unit, sila ang pumupunta doon sa community.
Yung sa LAM is systematic yung adjudication. Step by step kasi yung proseso simula sa pag-determine ng munisipyo na papasukan, pag-determine ng mga claimants ng mga potential beneficiaries,
yung pag-determine kung talagang qualified sila o hindi, yung pag-adjudicate natin hanggang mapirmahan yung titulo sa ating project manager at madala sa ROB.
Before, it took our beneficiaries years just for the titles to come out. But with this innovation of the LAMP 2, because of that systematic adjudication, it could only take us a month.
With the establishment of the Land Administration and Management System, or LAMS, issues like missing, erroneous, and conflicting land records will be things of the past. LAMS, an integrated management information system, was designed to provide effective management of land records and efficient delivery of land transactions and information services to the public through the LAM One-Stop Shops, Land Management Bureau, Land Management Services, and local government units.
Sa LAM 2, mayroon kaming mga technology na na-adapt. Madali lang yung pag-process ng data na nag-gather from field. Lumabas na yung plan. Yung mga data from Senro, from DENR, napasok na namin sa computer. At saka yung mga data namin sa office, pinasok na rin namin. Mas madali sa amin ang pag-identify. Yung isang property, mayroon na bang title o wala, or mayroon ng tax declaration o wala. So, ma-identify namin yung status of the property. At saka pag mayroong mag-check ng mga status sa property, mayroon kaming maibigay sa kanila na mga data. Nakatutulong sa amin dito sa LGU.
Complementing the computerization initiatives of other land agencies and LGUs, the LAMS will link other land information to cadastral maps, approved land survey plans, public land applications, and titles.
Never before has there been preparation of cadastral index map. We just keep issuing titles without the area being validated whether they are correctly located on the ground. So right now with the CIM, we have a picture of the area that we are going to title.
Noon hindi daw tatapo yung application kung walang pera. Dito sa LAM, at the minimum yung 50 pesos ang bayad eh. Noon is, sabi nila, thousands yung sabi nila eh. So malaking tulong yun sa kanila.
The integrated approach to valuation and taxation reforms introduced under LAMP 2 has improved the systems and procedures in property valuation and taxation and strengthened partnerships among government agencies. The mainstreaming of reforms, such as the Philippine Valuation Standards, has encouraged the government to adopt internationally recognized standards and practices and apply innovations and technologies in the real property valuation and taxation process. As a result of the reforms, government revenues also increased. The valuation education and professional development programs currently being offered by the University of the Philippines Open University, or UPOU, provides the complementary mechanisms toward the realization of the vision of the professionalization agenda. Likewise, the offering of land administration and management education at the Visayas State University and the LAM Enhanced Master's Program in Urban and Regional Planning at the University of the Philippines School of Urban and Regional Planning will provide appropriate knowledge and skills to students and professionals that will eventually strengthen land administration and management in the country.
Many got title out of that project. It cost us less than 500 pesos from the start of the processing until the giving of title, and the local government earned real property tax because we are having a true and correct record of the area of the land. Before, it is just based on owner's tax declaration. Yung mga constituents natin dito sa amin hanggang ngayon, kahit wala na yung LAM2 project, we are still continuing the project. Why? Because we budgeted or appropriated so much in order to continue the project. We are now handling the survey works, the adjudication works, and we will sustain this with the hope that in the future, LAM3 project will push through in our province.
There should be a strong LGU support because it's now the LGU is leading. In this town, the LGU leading, that's the biggest innovation. I will pay for the community development assistance, the adjudicators, an office for them, computers, and other office needs for LAM2. Now, on their end, they'll be the one to provide the training. LAM2 will be the one to provide surveyors to do the cadastral survey, while the LGU will be done to provide the necessary services. Like for example, organizing and mobilizing the barangays, officials, just to support the program. Because if there are people who could successfully manage the survey, it's the LGU. Because the LGU do have the command, do have the people under him. And the LGU knows the dynamics in the barangays.
While LAMPs 1 and 2 are over, our task has only begun in terms of moving further ahead to make sure that we reap more benefits and from the gains that we have already reaped. And it is my dream that the experiences under the LAMP program, the learnings that we have generated from it, can in the future be also translated into new policies and new directions that will help the country as a whole.
And I think it's a very, very bright future. The enthusiasm that we have out there in the Philippines from governors and the mayors of the municipalities is actually overwhelming. They all want to see the partnership with LGU-led titling being implemented in their particular municipalities. So I think it's very good news for the future, and we look forward from the World Bank side to continuing to support the LAMP initiative through the additional financing phase over the next 2 to 3 years, and then at the same time looking forward as the government itself develops a further program of land reform, which we understand is called LAMP3, and we'll be very happy to provide support to the government on that front also.
LAMP2 has empowered the local government units by showing them the methodologies and technologies needed to provide the most efficient land titling service to their people, which will lead to improved land tenure security and the development of better land markets in rural and urban areas. The complexity of sustainable administration and management of land resources has necessitated the development of the Land Sector Development Framework to keep abreast with the changing times while serving its purpose of reducing poverty and enhancing economic growth. As the local government units heed the challenge of taking the lead, positive changes beyond those of Mrs. Ramos and Kurtz, Aling Pilars, Mang Seriacos and Aling Menas will continue to help alleviate poverty, enhance individual and collective economic growth, and inspire as the new stories of hope in our land.